Hey everybody, welcome to your weekly coach. This one's going to be a little bit different this time. I asked some of you if you had a question, if you had something that you were struggling with or dealing with, or just kind of pondering and batting around, and some of you wrote back, and so I want to be sure that I address those questions, and especially this first one. This first one I think is true and real and relevant for all of us, for everyone, everywhere. And that question was, thank you Emily also for this question, and that was, I need some good responses for negative people. Some good responses for dealing with negative people. And I don't know Emily's necessarily circumstances or her ability to just not engage in the negativity or not. So I'm going to play out a couple of different scenarios, assuming that we're all dealing with different people in different ways and different negativities. First of all, my advice is to not be in it at all. It's to not engage with people who are negative. It's to surround yourself with positive people. And I understand that that can't always be that way. And I understand that negative people are drawn to positive people. They want to feel good. We all do. So my first thing is to eliminate as much as possible of the negativity. It's actually to set an intention for yourself. I think so few people in the world are really deliberate about what we want in life and about how we want to experience our day or our moments, that if you can be one of the few who is really focused on creating your day and really clear about how you want to spend your time and your energy and who you want to meet, like, you know, when you see the car, like you're in the market for buying a new car, you see that same Ford, BMW, Toyota, whatever car, and you're like, look, there it is. Lots of people have this thing. It's because your attention's actually like focused on that. You've been looking it up, you've been researching it on your computer, whatever it is. So your attention's more focused on that. So the whole point in setting your daily like mantras and intentions with how you want to interact in your day, the types of people that you want to meet and engage with, and those that you don't, is to be really clear about that, is to see more of the good people, is to engage with more of the positivity, is to notice more of that, so that then you, just by virtue of your clarity, you can't help but lower the instances of negativity happening. And of course you can't completely eliminate it, we're human, and frankly we need a little bit of resistance. Like, we need a little bit of like pushing up against things and things like that to be clear and to experience life and to learn about what we want, to learn about what we don't want, to learn who we want to be like and who we don't want to be like, for that matter. So we do need some of that. But first things first, set your intention. Like, how do you want to experience your day? And the second thing is that when you do come upon somebody who is negative, I want you to go back and recall. I'm assuming, Emily, that if this question is coming up, it's like more than one occurrence and you're like, dude, this is freaking annoying. Like, why is this happening to me? I'm a positive person. I try to keep it real and good and kind and nice, and why is this crappy stuff coming my way? So the second thing is actually to stop and accumulate, think back, reflect a little bit, and think about the common things that people come to you for that are in negativity. And if you can come up with like 3 to 5 usual responses, or usual instances, like they're like, Emily, there's just never enough time. Emily, things never go my way. Why are things so crummy? How come this keeps happening to me? Whatever their story is. And I know people get specific and they're like really dig in there and try to like pull you in and anchor you into their story. I know that, I get that. But so think of like 3 to 5 things that people come at you with, and then think of your responses. Not your responses in the past. Think of your ideal response in that moment, in that scenario, because I'm assuming that you're a pretty positive person. If you're a positive person, you're not really primed. So for me, I'll use myself as an example. I'm a positive person. I focus on positivity. And when negative things happen, I try to think of things like, how can I look for the good in this? What could come that I can learn from this? Like, things like that. But not everybody's like that, right? So you want to kind of like prime yourself with responses so that it's really easy to like pull that one. Like, oh, that's that one that I just thought of. I'm going to use that one in this conversation with this person. So that's my So that's kind of what I use. I do that just because I don't usually, I'm not it's alarming to me to be hit with negativity. It's alarming, it's surprising, and because of that, I feel oftentimes ill-prepared unless I've got some semblance of some canned responses that I can use to support myself. Some of those responses might be, and the easiest way to come up with those for you personally, like I don't want to take the words out of your mouth, I don't want to tell you how you should feel about them, but the easiest way for you personally is actually just to say, well, I didn't love the way I handled it in that last time, I really wish it could have been different or better, but what I wish I would have said that would have felt better or more empowering was this. Or, you know, I wish I wouldn't have let that drag on quite so long. If I had it to do over again, I actually really would have just said, you know, I am having a really good day, and I just, you know, I'd like to keep it positive. I just really can't engage in this type of negativity. It's just really bringing me down. So, you know, I gotta go. You know, I gotta get out of this conversation. And now that feels awkward, right? As a recovering people pleaser, that feels super awkward. Like, I'd love to save everyone and make everybody feel good and make everybody feel heard and seen. But the fact of the matter is, I've been stuck in way too many conversations that go nowhere, that feel horrible, that bring me down, and they don't actually help people. So the best way you can actually help people, if you are like me, that's this like recovering people pleaser that actually wants to leave people better than you found them, is actually to teach them something. Like, I understand I'm a coach, and I understand that I'm like constantly wired that way. So I do get that maybe you don't want to like have this coachy experience with somebody, but haven't you ever had somebody where you were in a bad spot and they asked you a really good question that like turned things around for you? Like, they weren't a coach, but they just cared enough to stop and be like, ah, dude, I understand. Like, I hear you. What do you think you could do to feel better? Or like, man, that is a bummer. Like, what do you need from this? Like, what kind of support do you need? Whatever the scenario is, like something where you can be in it if you are connected to them, but you're not too close, you don't go too deep, and that you leave it positive, leave yourself positive and maintaining your own energy, because that's what it's all about, right? I'm assuming that if you're asking this question, you're not liking the fact that by the end of your engagement with negative people that you feel like drawn of energy, that like you're like, God, I did it again. So come up with your 3 to 5 responses. Also remember, leave people better than you found them, and I know that that's very much your belief if you're a positive person, if you're caring about them, and if you're struggling with this, it's because you probably do engage quite a bit more than maybe necessary. Another tool that I like to use is that when I'm out with somebody else, when I'm out with another person, especially with my wife, we have a hand signal that we use. And that's like, the hand signal is like, get me out of here. I want to be out of this conversation, because I understand that, you know, we both run our own businesses, right? You want to leave people better than you found them. Maybe you can't get out. And you kind of just need a way to get out, just quick and easy, seamlessly, no explanations. So that's another tool that I use. I hope this is super, super helpful. Maintain your positivity. Biggest thing that you can ever do for yourself is to be so deliberate in who you are and how you want to show up, that the negativity just doesn't quite reach you. And when it does, to be prepared with tools that support you, that best support you in moving through it and in handling it and in learning from it. And the best way to do that is just to have a couple, 3 to 5 different canned responses that you can have, that you can play on, that you can just use interchangeably as things come up for you and as you meet new and different and probably very interesting people in the world. I hope that serves and supports you. Thank you so much for your question, Emily. This has been awesome. I love this part of it. I'm actually going to start doing more kind of like of Q&A type thing, because I think it's fun, and I love to know what you all are working with and or struggling with, and how we can all be in this together and support each other, because I know for sure that if it's coming up for you, it's certainly coming up for other people, and the whole point is to be of service and help each other. We're all in it together, and the whole point is that we're better together. If we do it right, I think we really are. I think if we do life right, we're better together. So until next time, thanks so much for watching. Practice these tools and skills in your own life if you find this scenario happening for you with negative people. and draw more positivity your way. Focus on maintaining your own sense of positivity, maintaining your own energy, not letting other people suck your energy dry. Other people sometimes call it energy vampires. Don't let them pull your energy from you. Maintain your own, and the best way to do that is to have your own responses, is to be deliberate in your day and in your life, is to be clear about who you are and what you want and what you will and won't tolerate. And the more clear you are, the better off you are. All right, until next time, I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic week.